Hey, YouTube, Fang Bakugan here. You know what? Being a kid growing up in the 90s, there were quite a few things that are often referred to now today as glorified commercials. What do I mean? Well, shows that they basically serve no purpose other than show you things that you will say later on. Mommy, Daddy, I want that. Gimme, 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 gimme. Yeah, I'm not kidding at all. I know that because unfortunately I was one of those kids. Yeah. Stuff like here are a few that you guys should know. Power Rangers, Transformers. That was a big one. That one started back in the 80s and it's still going today. I know Power Rangers started in the 90s too, but that's only because they were using Japanese footage. Yeah, Japanese footage. Yeah. But when I was a kid, there were two in particular that stood out to me. One that involved kids playing a game with tops and winning tournaments and taking down evil organizations, bent on taking over the world with these tops. No, I'm not making it up. I'm being serious. Those tops had inside what was called bit beasts, which were spirits of beasts that were actually sealed inside, such as lions, tigers, dragons, turtles. No, just turtles. Those things. They're sealed to kick its butt. So I'm funny. That series was called Beyblade. To this day, it's still popular. But if you were a fan of the series when it first started, like I was, I prefer the plastic ones over the metal ones because they removed the concept of bit beast altogether. Another one was a card game. I know what you're thinking. What are you talking about? What kind of card game could possibly catch kids' attention? Let's see. The kind that have monsters coming out of the cards, ancient evils being unleashed, and then a boy with ridiculous hair fighting these ancient evils. With what else? A card game! Seriously, quit looking at me like that. I am not joking, and I am not insane either. I am, of course, talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! You see, over time, both series became very popular. So, a company started to think it was, of course, trying to keep up. Because that's it. Whenever business was booming like these, it's kind of hard for the competition to keep up. So, they thought, you know what, kids like this. But hey, they also like this. What if we... And then, one day, it suddenly dawned on them, you know, what if we took the whole idea of the objects holding the monsters inside and the card game itself? So, let's see. Combine this and this. What the heck? Let's try it. Come on! Come on. He doesn't want to combine. Huh? They make Bakugan? I guess that makes sense. Alright. Well, considering that's what the love child of Beyblade and Yu-Gi-Oh! Is, I guess I'm talking about Bakugan. Cool. I like Bakugan. Interesting game. Alright. Basically, it took the whole point out of the tops used in Beyblade. It wasn't the first one that runs out of steam that loses. But they did, however, keep the concept of cards in the game. But instead of 40, you get 6. You know, in this video, I'm only going to go over the first set of rules and the, I want to say yeah, you know what, in later videos of this stuff, I'll go over the additional rules that have changed over the years. But I'm going to start off with the original rules. Basically, start off, you need 3 Bakugan. They don't have to be the same attribute, which, by the way, there are 6 attributes, of course. Pyrus, fire. Aquas, water. Ventus, wind. Subterra, earth. Chaos, light. And, of course, my personal favorite, Darkest, the attribute of darkness. I'm sorry, I love the Darkest Bakugan. I love the colors. Until they changed them, and it kind of annoyed me, but I still like them. And of course, you have to pick 6 cards. But these are different because you have to have what are called gate cards and ability cards. So, what's the difference? Ability cards, they are flat regular cards that you can either give your Bakugan a ability boost, sorry, a power boost and increase the G power, or some that can allow your opponent not to get any bonuses on their gate cards, or some just bring them right to your gate card. Basically, gate cards. What they are is, they are very similar. However, these actually have metal cards inside. If you can see, along the side, see those numbers? Red for Pyrus, blue for Aquas, brown for Subterra, white for Chaos, black for Darkest, and green for Ventus. Whenever you roll your Bakugan, you actually have to have yours and your parts on the same card, and then you say field open. That would mean then you flip the card over and you read the G power on the inside of your Bakugan. Let's see, right there. G power, that basically says how many points it is. See that? My Alpha Hydroid is 670. Let's say you roll the Darkest Waver. 580. Whichever one has the highest attack G power wins. You can also use 1 ability card per thing. That actually makes it to where you can either increase, or you can make to where your opponent does not get any bonus at all, or there actually are in some cases there are actually cards that can make the game end in a draw. The point is you have to capture 3 gate cards. It doesn't matter. They can either be some of your opponents or some of yours. Each gate card has, some of gate cards have abilities. Like if you roll a Dragonoid on these, it would get a second bonus. That works for both players. Some, not always does it have to be the highest power that wins. Like this one. This is called Overhang. My buddy Brian hates this card. He's a Ventus brawler. My Darks would only get 50. His Ventus would get 200. Why does he hate this card? Because the Bakugan with the lowest G power total wins this battle. So it says, I play this like each time we play, and because he's not allowed to see my cards, and I'm not allowed to see his, he has no idea when I use it. Therefore, I just spring at him all of a sudden. It's fun. But yeah, it's basically the rules. These are the original rules. And later on in videos of these, I'm actually going to explain how the rules have changed over time the ads that have got all those changes, and that's basically it. Like I said, the first one to win all three that can win 3 gate cards. Like I said, it doesn't matter if they're your opponents or yours. You have that you win. But let me put these up to the side. There is actually a major rule that people tend to break. Whatever you say, whenever you start the brawl, it's like this. You play a card, you don't allow your opponent to see it. You place it like here. You know, let me actually lower this. You would place it like all the way close to your opponent. And your opponent would place their card on the opposite side. You have to sit at least 2 cards distance away from the field. I mean, from the cards. And you actually have to roll the Bakugan. Now, let me try it again. See? It stands. You can't open the field. You can't open the gate card until after one of yours is one of your opponents is on there. However, if let's say you or your opponent wins a gate card, and you had actually already rolled, and you landed a Bakugan on there, and then when your opponent tries, they miss. So what does that mean? Their Bakugan goes over to their used pile, because it can't be used for a while. I mean, it can't be used until they either have all their Bakugan back or they roll the remaining Bakugan. However, if you were to roll a second Bakugan onto there, that's an automatic win. But if there were another gate card, here's what would happen. Your Bakugan that you just rolled would be sent right over here. I know, sounds easy enough, doesn't it? So basically, you miss or you win, your Bakugan will go to your use pile. Which would be like this. You roll another one, it either stands or it misses. Like I said, if it misses, it goes over here. And if you wind up with all your Bakugan back, they go back and you're unused. Or you wind up with one in the field and then you roll your 2 remaining Bakugan and they are both in your used. They immediately go back to your unused and you can try to roll again. Whenever you win a gate card, you take that gate card and add it to a little stack in the corner. So you can easily keep track. But that's basically it. The only thing is, whenever you use an ability card, you can only use it once. After it's used, it goes to used pile. Power up your Bakugan, used pile. Some cards can only be used during battle phase. Some have to be used before the phase begins. But it's pretty simple rules. It's a neat game. It's one of those. It's not going to take as long to play as Yu-Gi-Oh, but you basically have to think ahead of what you're going to do. I mean, if you actually know what kind of attribute your opponent uses, that's actually a good way to actually win overall. Like I said, sometimes you can actually use cards that make it to where they can increase the highest and they'll immediately lose. I have one of those, and since Brian knew about my strategy, he got one himself. That is, makes it to where my darkest gets higher and I lose. But other than cards like that, if you get the highest, you win. But yeah, that's basically it. Next time I will be going to the new Destroyer rules. So, hope you guys enjoyed this. A little history lesson / rules. So, until next time, Oh yeah, and after I do these videos, I will go back and I will review these. I'll show you push back on they are, show you their attack, show you their G power. So, you guys have something to have that to look forward to. So, until then, see you guys in the next review. Ciao.